It was a rainy evening. On a lonely bench by the roadside, a young man sat hunched over, the cold rain soaking through his navy hoodie. In his hands was a tattered notebook, once full of dreams, now filled with doubts and unanswered questions. He watched the world pass him by, each drop of rain echoing the quiet sadness in his heart. He felt stuck. Everyone around him seemed to be moving ahead, achieving, shining, building lives he could only dream of. And there he was, still struggling and still waiting. Maybe he thought, I'm just not meant to succeed. As he sat in that heavy silence, an old monk approached. His silver hair shone faintly under the streetlights, and his calm presence seemed untouched by the rain. He smiled warmly and asked, May I sit with you? The young man nodded silently. After a moment, the monk spoke, his voice gentle. Would you like to hear a story? The young man shrugged, but the monk continued anyway. Long ago, in a small village, two farmers planted trees. One chose a mighty oak, firm and proud. The other planted a small bamboo shoot, barely noticeable in the soil. The oak grew quickly, reaching for the sky within months. The villagers applauded its beauty and its strength. They often admired the farmer's choice and praised his success. Meanwhile, the bamboo farmer waited. 1 year passed, then 2, then 3, nothing much changed. The bamboo barely peeked out of the ground. People laughed at him, they called him foolish. But he simply smiled and waited. What they didn't see was what happened underground. The bamboo was growing a powerful system of roots, stretching deep and wide, building a foundation no one could see. And then, in the 5th year, something magical happened. The bamboo shot up, feet after feet, reaching higher than any tree in the village almost overnight. When a fierce storm came, the mighty oak fought back against the raging wind and broke. But the bamboo, it bent gracefully, it swayed, and guess what? It survived. The young man listened, his heart catching on every word. The monk turned to him and said softly, Right now you're growing your roots. Life is preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Just because your success isn't visible yet doesn't mean you're failing. You're becoming unshakable. Tears welled up in the young man's eyes, but this time they weren't just from sadness, they were from hope. The monk stood, nodded with a knowing smile, and disappeared into the misty street. The young man looked up at the sky. The rain was easing, a small patch of blue peeked through the clouds. He closed his notebook, not out of defeat, but out of understanding. Slowly, steadily, he stood and walked forward. He wasn't behind, he wasn't lost, he was simply becoming the bamboo. And when his time would come, he would rise higher than he ever dreamed. In the same way, whenever you face difficulties, don't give up. Stay patient, embrace the failures, and keep moving forward. Success will find you sooner or later. And that's it for this video. I hope this helps. Bye. See you soon.